interest in STEM education and careers. In order to maximize our impact, we also train and certify school teachers as well as learning center trainers. We equip and empower them to teach robotics to children in the circles of STEM education. We also train and mentor student leaders through our Junior Facilitator program. To date, we have trained over 300 junior facilitators, ranging from high school students to engineering undergrads. By having a strong and mobile team of Riro instructors and facilitators, plus a growing library of content, we strive to make quality robotics and coding education available, affordable, and attainable for all. You share the same vision for our next generation. We welcome you to partner with us. Together, let's inspire and empower the next generation of tech innovators.
Our guests of honor, teachers, students, and fellow Malaysians. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the 4th National Riro Educators Conference 2022. Thank you, Citron Technologies, one of our My Digital Maker Alliance official members, for giving MDEC this honor. The Malaysia Digital Economic Corporation MDEC is honored to be the one of the key supporters of this conference under the My Digital Maker movement. My Digital Maker movement is one of the initiatives by MDEC under the Ministry of Communications and Multimedia that was launched in 2016. This movement was jointly implemented by MDEC, the Ministry of Education, institutions of higher learning, strategic industry, and NGO partners, towards the shared Malaysian vision to become a thriving and competitive connected economy. Echoing this, the MOE has also introduced and implemented teaching of robotics and coding to our national school syllabus in order to increase students' ability to be creative and innovative thinkers. Acknowledging the need for forced IR, digital literature and digital skills are now becoming really critical in our daily lives. Robotics and coding and similar fields will see a significant demand for careers in the future. Despite the pandemic and challenging situation, I am proud that Cytron Technologies remain committed to organize the 4th National Rural Educators Conference 2022 fully via online. During this 3-day online event, participants will get to involve in a series of workshops so that they can be trained and equipped to guide students for RAC 2022, the Rural Annual Championship 2022, and the certification program for EduBit and ZoomBit coding courses. I am glad to learn that in RAC 2021 robotics and coding competition last year, we received a record-breaking 3,255 submissions from 410 primary and secondary schools throughout Malaysia. We are hopeful that the participation will increase this year. I would like to also congratulate Cytron Technologies for the introduction of EduBit and ZoomBit certification program, which is a joint initiative between Cytron Technologies and Asia Pacific University School of Engineering in support of MDEC's My Digital Maker movement. Via this certification program, primary and secondary school students will get to explore robotics and coding using the modules provided and with guidance from their teachers. Successful candidates will receive an e-certificate as an affirmation of their effort and achievement upon completion of the course. To end this speech, I would like to express my highest appreciation and thanks to Cytron Technologies, who is taking commendable initiative in organizing the 4th National Rural Educators Conference 2022. I hope that this strategic collaboration with the My Digital Maker Alliance member, MOE, government agencies and industry players will continue, and more teachers and students will benefit from such digital making programs in the future. To all participants, a big applause and congratulations to you. Wishing you all to continue to excel and always strive to improve your self-development and digital skills for a brighter future. All the best. Thank you.
Okay, a very good morning. Okay, so thank you to Encik Nick Naharudin from MDEC for the opening speech. So on behalf of Cytron Technologies, I'd like to take this opportunity to greet and welcome all of you to join us today for the 4th National Rural Educators Conference 2022. So with us today, we have mostly teachers and trainers, and we also have some parents who are really keen to support their children in learning robotics and coding. And also we have some students joining us because they can't wait to know more about our program. Okay, so for today, we have exciting programs lined up for you. So let's check it out. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, our conference this year will start today and last for 3 days until 2nd of March 2022. And I'll just briefly go through with you what we have planned for these 3 days. So we'll start off with EduBit and ZoomBit certification program briefing. We will start shortly. And right after, we will have EduBit Make Code workshop. Okay, we'll take a short break for lunch and come back for ZoomBit workshop at 2 this afternoon. So all these sessions will be streamed to YouTube live. Okay, and don't worry if you cannot join us live. You can always watch the recording or refer back if you miss certain parts of it. However, the certificate of attendance will only be issued for participants who joined live. So the attendance link will be shared towards the end of each session. So make sure you fill out the form in order to get the certificate of attendance. And tomorrow, we will continue with RAC 2022 competition briefing. Okay, so this is our annual robotics and coding competition. So make sure you join us. For schools who are new to RAC 2022, you can always join us for the introductory workshop. First one for Riro Micro in the morning, right after the briefing, and another one for Picabot in the afternoon at 2 p.m. Okay, and this year we also included training sessions for RBT subject teachers. So if you are teaching RBT primary 5 and primary 6, you can join us for the training workshop on the third day. In the morning at 10 a.m., we will cover RBT Maker Uno Year 5 kit. This is using Arduino platform, programming using MBlock. Okay, and in the afternoon, we will continue with Microbit Quick Start Kit, programming using MakeCode Editor. So it is up to the school which device or which kit to use to introduce microcontroller programming in RBT subject. So before I proceed further, I would like to explain to all our viewers today that this program is conducted free. All our programs are provided free for schools to participate in, and it is not compulsory. Okay, tidak diwajibkan. It is an invitation from us. We would like to help to support teachers and schools to introduce robotics and coding to students. So if you are interested, you can join us, get involved, and we are here to support you all the way. Okay, and if you have the kits already, you can join us during the workshop sessions. You can try hands-on, and if you have any problems or questions, you can ask our presenters, our trainers directly. However, if you do not have the kit yet, do not worry. You can still join us, listen first, and then explore later on after you have the kit. Again, I would like to stress that all our learning kits are developed especially for beginners to start their journey learning robotics and coding. For all our kits, we have provided quick start guides or step-by-step module to help you to get started. And if you need extra help or if you need technical support, you can always reach out to us, Riro EDU team from Citron, and we are always ready to help and support you. Okay, and you can also join us on Telegram support group. We have lots of teachers who are very experienced, who have been with us for the past few years. They are also there to cheer you on and to give you support and to share their experience. So that's about the program for today, brought to you by Riro EDU team, the education arm of Citron Technologies. Okay, so without further ado, I'd like to continue with the main agenda for today, which is the EduBit and ZoomBit certification program. Okay, before I continue further, I'd like to play a short video greeting from the head of School of Engineering from Asia Pacific University, Dr. Tang Ka-fei. Okay.
Hello everybody, I am Associate Professor Dr. Tang Ka-fei, Head of School from the School of Engineering at Asia Pacific University of Technology and Innovation. Very delighted to actually announce that APU has continued to support the certification program for robotics and coding courses via the endorsement and also the certification of course content as well as the modes of delivery provided by Citron. Apart from supporting the My Digital Maker initiative championed by MDEC, via this collaboration, APU actually aims to cultivate interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which we call STEM, among younger generations. Via the collaboration between APU and Citron, participants will receive certificates with APU logo on them, apart from MDEC and Citron. Being one of the premier digital tech institution in Malaysia, recognized by MDEC, as well as the premier supplier of technology education in Malaysia, this also means that the program that you will receive from Citron will be of the highest quality and also meeting the competency expectation in robotics and coding for primary and secondary school students. So thank you and wish you all the success. Happy learning, everyone. Bye.
Okay, I'm back. So thank you, Associate Professor Dr. Tang Kafei and also APU for supporting our initiative. So as mentioned by Dr. Tang, this certification program is a joint initiative between Citron Technologies and Asia Pacific University in support of MDEC's My Digital Maker movement. Okay, so for the following session, I will be sharing information from this page. So if my screen, if you cannot read the text on my screen, or if it's too small, you can go to the info site and refer there. Okay, so I will share the link in the chat. Okay, so this year I am very glad to announce that our program has received approval from the Ministry of Education. So, in other words, um, students who participate in this program, they can receive marks for their PAJSK involvement in this certification program. All right. So for this year, we will have two courses. Okay, we introduced the first one, EduBit, last year, and this year we have a new course, which is ZoomBit. Okay, so before I continue, I would just like to share with you a little bit more about these kits. Okay, if you scroll down on the site, you will see this is the kit for EduBit. Okay, the kit comes complete with everything that you need to introduce coding to your students. It comes complete with a book, and the book is in such a way that it is beginner friendly. You have step-by-step guide that the students can follow along, and they will definitely be able to complete. Okay, so for now, we already have students as young as primary two who went through the course and successfully completed and received certification for EduBit course. All right. And besides the book, you have the hardware, of course, and all the accessories needed to complete the course. We even included board games and so on that the students can have fun doing and enjoy. Okay, so before I continue, I would just like to play a short video so that you have an idea what's in the kit and what the students can learn from EduBit. Okay, so we'll start with EduBit first. Okay, let me get the video. Um, okay, so it's here.
Assalamualaikum
Okay, so that is EduBit Kit. Okay, so I received many inquiries about EduBit and ZoomBit. So what's the difference? So I'll start with EduBit. So EduBit Kit is really suitable for those beginners who just started learning, and especially for primary school students. So what we do is we try to make it as fun for the students as possible. Okay, so as you can see, it is presented in a very colorful manner. And then in the lessons, we try to include games for the students, for the kids. In every chapter, they will learn to build a game. For example, in chapter 2, they learn to program EduBit and use it as a digital version to play the game rock, paper, scissors. And then in chapter 5, they learn to use infrared sensor to function as a digital dice. And we included a board game for them to play snake and ladders. And in chapter 9, they learn to program servo motor, and they use it to play a game of penalty shootout. So that one is really popular among the boys. They love it. And we also have twister game and so on. So every chapter features a game, and they learn to program it. And through that, we introduce programming concepts for the students and make it fun for them. Basically, that's the main idea. Having fun while learning to code. And we provide them with the support. So that's EduBit. And after completing the course, basically the students, they would have learned how to use all these different sensors and modules, and they know how to program them. So that is where they can be innovative and creative. They can build their own projects, they can build their own games, and they can also build their own solutions to problems around them. So basically, this kit is really fantastic or a very good start for students to explore. At the end, they will be able to build innovation projects. Okay, so that's the whole idea. So that is EduBit and the cost. For the content of the course, we will cover in more details and also share resources that teachers can use to guide their students. In the session later, we have EduBit training for teachers at 10, right after this briefing session. So I will explain further during the session. Okay, so now moving on to our next course, we have what we call ZoomBit. Okay, so wait, let me get the correct setting so they can see clearly. Okay, can you see my screen clearly now? Okay, so the next course that I would like to cover is ZoomBit. Okay, ZoomBit is new. Uh, we just launched it this year for the certification program. So this will be the first batch. Okay, so as you can see here, this is what you will get when you get a new ZoomBit kit. So basically, it comes with all these components. We have the Recabit board, we have the maker line sensor, LED modules, what else? The DC motor, servo motor. So all these components come together in the kit. Okay, and of course, it comes with the instruction manual, a booklet. In the booklet, we will have step-by-step guide to guide the students to build the robot. And after building the robot, they will learn to program the robot. Okay, so they are going to learn things like programming ZoomBit to play melodies, to play songs. They will program the robot to turn on its headlights when the surrounding is dark. They can program the robot to detect obstacle in its path and to respond accordingly. They can program the robot to follow a line and so on. Okay, so maybe I will just play the video for you so that you will have a better idea what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so I'd like to introduce to you ZoomBeat, our robot car kit for microbit. So enjoy. Okay, so that is ZoomBeat.
Today in the workshop, we'll be working with OLED displays.
Sorry. Okay, so today, this is ZoomBeat. Ta-da! This is our kid robot car. Do you think your students would love this robot? Okay, so when we design this robot, our goal is to make it fun and attractive for the students. So we want them to be excited about learning robotics and coding. So the students, they are going to have the opportunity to build this robot from scratch. Okay, and for this robot, we simplify it. So the building process is very much plug and play, simplified with minimal all those messy wires. We try to cut down on that and make it fun for them, a fun process for them to build. Okay, so after building the robot, they will learn to control this robot by using MakeCode editor. They need to learn coding in order to make the robot to sing and so on. Okay, so many teachers ask me, what's the difference between EduBit and ZoomBit? So my answer is that it's two different courses. So whether you choose to introduce ZoomBit or EduBit to your students will be definitely your decision to make. Okay, up to the schools. So for these two courses, both are targeted for beginners. So when we say beginners, it could be primary school students beginners, it could be secondary school students beginners. So the whole idea is that, as long as the students, they are interested to learn robotics and coding, these courses are for them. And between EduBit and ZoomBit, the difference is that ZoomBit is more for robotics and coding. They build a robot and they program to control the robot. Whereas for EduBit, it comes with all the different sensors, and at the end, what they are going to build are innovation projects. So it's up to their creativity and innovation, what kind of projects they will build. For example, they can build security alarm system, they can build auto plant watering system, they can build maybe what else? Auto pet feeder, that's a famous one, a popular one. So all these different projects, if they are using EduBit. So it's up to the schools to decide which one to start with, or you can even start with both if you like. Okay, so moving on, this is the timeline for this year. So basically we have arranged to have 3 sessions. So okay, let me minimize myself so that you can see the screen. Okay, so this year we have 3 sessions as mentioned, and the first session will start in March when school reopens. So if you already have the kits ready, you can start right away, end of March. And the assessment will be in May, okay, 14th of May. So you have roughly about 2 months for the students to complete the course, to go through the lessons and prepare for the final assessment. But if this is something new to your schools, you need more time to explore and to try, you can go for session 2, which is in August for the final assessment. And the final session for this year will be in November. So you can choose whichever session that you enroll your students in. And if you like, you can even enroll them for different batches of students for different sessions. Therefore, you can fully utilize the kit, whereas whereby the first batch of students, they will study and sit for the evaluation for the first session. And once they've completed that, the kits can be reused, okay, by the second batch of students in session 2 and again in session 3. So the same kit can be used, can be shared by 3 students at least, or even more, okay? So this is the schedule. And moving on, I will cover some of the frequently asked questions. So after we introduce this to schools, we sent the letters to schools, right? I received a lot of inquiries. Thank you very much for your support and your interest. I'm so excited. So I have compiled some of the most frequently asked questions, and I will answer them here one by one. And if there are additional questions that I did not cover during the presentation now, you can always type in the chat, and later on we will have a Q&A session. I'll try to answer all your questions. All right. So the first question will be, what do they need to do? Okay, so is this too small? Just a minute. I try to enlarge the fonts. Okay. Is this better? All right. So let's say your students are interested in this program. What you need to do firstly is to make sure that they have the kit. Okay. And inside the kit, you will have the book in physical copy, a printed book for them to go through the lessons. And on top of the module in the book, we also prepared additional resources which you can access via our online resource hubs. Okay, so what you do is you guide your students to complete all the lessons and attempt the challenges at the end of each chapter. That will prepare them for the final course assessment. So to receive the course completion certificate, students, they will need to sit and pass a theory test and practical coding tasks for Zoombit. And for EduBit course, they will be required to submit a project. Okay, so the passing marks is 60%, 60 to 69 pass, and if they can score 70 to 84, they will get merit and a distinction if they can score 85 and above. If you're wondering what happens if your students get below 59, so if they get below 59, then they will need to resit, okay, or retake the theory quiz and the practical coding task So they can, for example, if they try in session 1, that's their first attempt, and unfortunately if they did not pass, what they can do is they can always register to resit in the second session and so on. But let me assure you that our certification program, our intention is to help students. Our intention is for them to learn and enjoy the learning process. The final course assessment is not to fail them, but instead, the very purpose of this certification program is to affirm them, okay, to encourage them, to let them know that they have put in so much effort and they have mastered these skills, that they are able to do it, they pass the evaluation to get a merit, a distinction, and so on. So don't worry, just let them try. Okay, so from the previous batches, last year we had 2 batches who set for EduBit certification programs, and most of them did well. Okay, so not to worry. So the next question would be, let's say I'm really interested. How do we register, and how much is the registration fee? So I'd like to assure you that this program, this certification program, is free. Okay, we will not charge students to participate in this, and for that I would like to thank APU and Citron Technologies, for partnering with us and providing this program for free for all students in Malaysia. So if you are interested, all you need to do is to get the kit and then register online. Okay, you can register from the certification page. Just click the registration button and it will bring you to a Google form. Fill out the Google form for the session of your choice, and we will send you a reminder and a link to take the test nearer the date. Okay, we will send reminder 1 week before the test. And in case you do not receive the email, please remember to check your junk mail as well. And if you really cannot find the link, you can always reach out to me. Just email me or drop me a message and I will assist you. Okay, so registration covered. The next question will be, what will be assessed? Okay, what will be covered? As mentioned earlier, there will be a theory quiz. It contributes 50% of it. So students will definitely need to learn, okay, read the notes included in the books. Okay, so this will be conducted via Google Form, and the questions will be similar to the chapter quizzes for each chapter, and they can even try to do the trial quiz, okay, to prepare for this theory test. And the content, the test will cover content from the book, okay, EduBit book and ZoomBit book. And for your information, the printed copy that comes with the kit is in English, but if, let's say, your students, especially primary school students, if they are not so fluent in English, they can actually download translations of the book from our resource hub. For your information, for ZoomBit book, we have the translated version in BM and Chinese already available for download. And I would like to extend my gratitude to Cikgu Rizali Afiq and team for translating the book to BM. And also our junior facilitator, Eng Ziqiang, and his teammate, Lim Zeye, for translating the book to Chinese. So if your students need the translated versions, you can download the PDF copy for free from ZoomBit Resource Hub. EduBit books, we have it translated into BM, Chinese, and even Tamil. And apart from that, we also have other international languages. You can check it out in the download page of EduBit Resource Hub. Okay, so that is for theory. And besides theory, we also want to assess them in terms of the practical aspects. You know, after going through the course, are they able to use the hardware and the programming to build their own projects? So for EduBit course, they will need to build an original project individually. Okay, so for this certification program, everything will be individual. Okay, and students will need to prepare documentations for their projects. They need to submit a short demo video to show how the project works. They will need to submit a sample code with comments to explain their code, and also an A4 sized poster. Okay, so for schools who are new to this, you can visit our resource hub for EduBit. Let me share the link here. Okay, in the resource hub, you can view projects submitted by students last year. Okay, I included some projects as examples, so you can refer to that. And also you can download the translations and the English book in PDF copy, and also check out our community. So I'll leave it to you to explore the resource hub. Lots of materials there. We will visit the hub later on during the training for teachers. But maybe for now, I will need to move on to the next part, which is for ZoomBit. Okay, so for ZoomBit, we also have a resource hub. You can refer here. And for the practical assessment for ZoomBit course, candidates will be given coding tasks. So in the book, throughout the course, they learn to program the robot. And now for the assessment, for the final course assessment, they will be giving live coding tasks. In other words, they will be given new new questions or tasks that they have never done before in the course, but basically it will require them to apply what they have learned throughout the course. Okay, so they will program the robot, and they will need to take a video of the robot performing the task requirements. Okay, and then submit the video to us together with the code. Okay, with comments. So that will be the evaluation part for us to assess, you know, how far they have mastered the content that we covered in the course. We need to have that evaluation so that we know where the students are at, and whether they have they have learned something from the course. And of course, we need to have that evaluation in order for us to issue them with the certificate. For your information, the certificate that they will receive, it will say that they they have completed the course, the course name and so on, and it will show their result, whether they get distinction, merit, or pass. And then on the cert, it will be endorsed by Citron Technologies, by Asia Pacific University, and we also have endorsement from MDEC. Okay, MDEC My Digital Maker team. Okay, so we will need time depending on the number of candidates. We will need up to 1 month to review all submissions, and successful candidates will receive an e-cert via email. Okay, and I also received a lot of questions regarding the kit, sales and purchase of the kit. They are wondering, where to buy, where to get the kit, and so on. So again, let me stress that it is not compulsory. Okay, program ini tidak diwajibkan atas dasar jemputan. Okay, it's not a compulsory program, do not feel obliged to buy the kit to join the program, but rather this is an invitation from us to you, to schools, parents, teachers. If you think that learning robotics and coding is important for your students, for your children, you want them to have this opportunity, we are inviting you, we are offering you this program for free. And all you need to do is to get the complete kit. And at Citron, we really want to make these kits affordable to as many students as possible. So we try to keep the price reasonable, affordable for all. Okay, so the shared by multiple students for the different sessions. So if many schools, what they do is they purchase the kit for the usage of the club, and that kit can be used by students from different years. So if your school, if you do not have the budget, what you can do is to help us to extend children's usage. Okay. Many students who are interested, you can get the classroom bundle at a greater discount. Okay, so if you go for classroom bundle, basically there are 10 sets in each bundle. Okay, and the prices as stated here. Okay, you can click on the links to check out the product page. And if you already have a microbit board, okay, we understand that many schools already have a microbit board. And if you do, you can actually get EduBit or ZoomBit without microbit. That will save you a substantial amount. Okay, if you compare. Uh, site. And if you have further question, you can always contact me, or you can ask in EduBit support group and ZoomBit support group. All right. So in these support groups, we have teachers who have already, so they have experience, they can kit. And with this kit, for each station, yes, when you sit for the final course assessment, each for age range. Okay, as mentioned earlier, EduBit is suitable for children aged 7 and above, and actually even for secondary school students. So it's not so much about their age, but their level. So both kids, EduBit and ZoomBit, are evaluation, the test will be in English. But let me assure you that as far as possible, we will try to use simple English. We will use the same terms, the same similar sentence structures as used uh, in a book. All right, we will keep it simple, and wherever possible, we try to support, help students to understand by including illustrations and even short video clips. When participating, the pupils will get the certificate. Okay, for the certification program, the students will only receive certificate, course completion certificate, provided that they pass the evaluation, 60 marks and above. we actually have students as young as primary 2 who successfully completed the course last year. Okay, so if you are interested, you can ask, refer to Coach Clarissa in the EduBit group, Telegram group. Okay, is year 6 student can join for the EduBit? Yes, Cikgu, boleh. If all EduBit have problem, where can we send it for maintenance? Okay, if you have any issue with the hardware, you can always reach out to us. EduBit is fully designed, manufactured, and distributed by Citron. It is our product made in Malaysia. We are very proud for that. We will definitely, assure you of the quality and provide you with support. So if you need warranty or if you need replacement, you can always contact us. Okay. Can participants use more than what is in the kit for EduBit? I suppose you are asking about the project. Yes, you can use additional components. Any guidebook to use coding? Yes, Cikgu. So for all the kits, EduBit and ZoomBit, they come complete with a guidebook with lessons, step-by-step lessons, and you can even download the soft copy online. So you will get hard copy book, and you can also download soft copy PDF copy from online, and also access additional resources from our online resource hub. Do they need a laptop to install any particular apps? Okay, so for EduBit and ZoomBit, both are programmed using MakeCode Editor. You can use the web-based online version, so you don't need to install anything as long as you have internet access. However, if internet is not stable, you can install MakeCode offline app if you like. Okay. Is it the same with Rekabit? Okay, Cikgu, if you have Rekabit is this board here. So we use Rekabit and we added all the additional components to build this robot. So yes, ZoomBit is based on Rekabit. Can we get bundle price for package mix? I'm sorry, Cikgu. At the moment, we do not have this option. So we only have EduBit individual kits, ZoomBit individual kits, and classroom bundle for for each separate product. Can we use Google Translate to translate? Okay, that is very creative. The quiz will be via Google Form. So if the students, if they need to translate, I guess we won't be able to monitor that. So it's okay if they need to translate, they can do so, but they will have to answer the quiz on their own. Okay, so we hope that teachers and parents will cooperate and help us to monitor them when they sit for the quiz, and they can Google Translate if they need to. So my pupils will need a good command of English. Even if they have the translation, they need to be able to do everything in English. So yes, Cikgu. So this is what we hope will be the indirect how to say, gains by the students. So for your information, right, when we wrote the content for the book, we have primary school students or beginners in mind. So we try to keep the language as simple as possible. Guna bahasa Inggeris yang mudah. Okay, we write targeting for primary school students. And we included a lot of illustrations as well, pictures to help them to understand. So during the training, I would strongly encourage students or teachers to use the English version if possible. And you'll be surprised that the students, they will actually improve in their command of English. They will pick up the language. And if really necessary, what you can do is to provide them with both BM and English versions so that they can refer when necessary. And hopefully, indirectly, they will also improve in their command of English. What the difference between microbit and Arduino? Okay, this is a very good question. So both microbit and Arduino, they are microcontroller boards which you can use programming to control. So the biggest difference is for microbit we use MakeCode editor to program. For beginners, we encourage students to use the block-based programming, but you can also use JavaScript and Python with microbit for more advanced users. Whereas for Arduino, Arduino boards, you can use Arduino IDE to program. And for younger students, we encourage them to use MBlock. So basically, you learn different programming languages for these two. To join the certification program, is it must through school teacher or parent can register their kids? Okay, so for the certification program, where possible, we would like to get schools involved, get teachers involved. So it is best if they can join through schools. However, if this program is not offered by the schools, parents can register their children as private candidates. Okay, no problem. Yes. What is the difference between EduBit and ZoomBit program? Okay, Cikgu Muhammad Anas, right? So the main difference will be the kit used. So EduBit will be using this kit, and this is more towards building innovation projects. So they will get this board with all the different modules. They learn to program the piezo buzzer, the sound sensor, the potentiometer, the IR sensor, and so on, all the different modules. And then they can use this to build innovation projects. Whereas for ZoomBit program, they learn to build a mobile robot, and then they learn to program the mobile robot. So both are for beginners, and both will introduce coding to students. How long the warranty for the kit? 1 year. Okay, you can check for further details in the product pages. Can all Q&As here send to our email? Okay, so Cikgu Adrian, all the questions I have already compiled frequently asked questions in the website, in the info page. So, the questions here I will compile and add on. So everything regarding this program, you can refer to the certification page, all right? I already have Arduino Uno kit and software. Can it be reused during the pickup of okay. This question will be answered during the sessions. Yeah, so now we are not talking about Arduino Uno. So for Arduino Uno Pickup board, we will have the briefing and the training tomorrow for RSC 2022. Jika sekolah tiada internet, boleh tak menyertai kursus ini? Yes, Cikgu. If tiada internet, you can still get the kit, learn using the book provided. You can also use the offline version of MakeCode for the programming part. So not a problem to learn and join the course, but for the final assessment, it will be conducted via Google Form. So if the students can access Google Form, and I guess there's no stopping them, but we will just need to make sure that they have internet access to sit for the final course assessment. How many PC need to be provided for this course? PC referring to laptop PC. The students will need to have access to a computer in order to program the robots. Yeah. The competition can be participate for those, yes, open to private school students as well. In fact, this program is offered to all students in Malaysia. Okay, can join through schools or register as private candidates. Is it compulsory to buy the kit for the session? Cikgu, again, this is jemputan, invitation to participate. It is not compulsory. So, but if you would like to join the program, the certification program, the students will need the kit in order to learn and to fulfill the course requirements. For EduBit course, how long a short demo video? We do not set the limit or the minimum or maximum for the video as long as they clearly demonstrate how their project works. Okay, are there any other questions? We are slightly over time now. It's 10:07. So okay, so I will share with you the attendance link for today for this session. So you can, if you don't have further questions, you can go to the, sorry, not this one. Let me, sorry. Hey, okay, just a minute. Let me get the link for you. Um, just a minute, yeah. Let me get the link for attendance. Okay, yeah, finally I found it. I prepared the link earlier but couldn't find the banner. Okay, so for teachers who join us live for the briefing session, you can fill out the attendance form here. Okay, at this link, it's a Google form. Fill out the form and we will issue you certificate of attendance. Give us some time. We will send to you by next week or earlier if possible. And if you have further questions that are not addressed now during the session, you can add in the remark. Okay. Can I have some response? Can you try to open this comment section? The link we'll share in the comment. You try to click and let me know whether you have any problems, accessing the form. Okay, remember to fill out the form as soon as possible. We will close the form later after the session. We give you around 1 hour to fill out. So please fill out latest by 11 a.m. Yeah. So the certificate is only for participants who join us live during the session. Okay. So if you have further questions, please feel free to ask in our Telegram group, or you can also email to me or add in the remark section. So don't worry, we are always here to support you. Just reach out to us anytime, and we will try our best to get you all the help and support that you need. Okay, so it's 10:10 now. We will take a short break, maybe 5 minutes, and then we will be back at 10:15 for the training for teachers for EduBit. All right. Okay, so signing out for now. I'll be back at 10:15. See you then. Bye.
Okey, Mat. Ada ni. Okey, tak apa. Ada. Cik kena tengok dulu, kena list dulu semua apa benda yang diberi taklimat daripada tadi. Okey, selepas itu kena bincang dengan cikgu tukar semua. Kita akan berkumpul dan berjumpa lagi. Okey, untuk taklimat seterusnya, untuk langkah seterusnya. Kalau tak ada apa-apa, kita dah tamatkan ya Zoom ni. Dan apa-apa kita akan update di Telegram. Okey, sekian.